Friends. Today, on this episode of the Erin Bird Live Show, I am going to be sharing with you what I've learned actually over the last 5 years with working with over 100 studio owners and dance educators to create and launch and grow their own mobile programs. And here's the thing. I truly believe that we don't ever stop learning. And so I wanted to take a moment as we kind of reached over that 100 mark and reflect on what are the lessons that I've learned and how can they help you. And so if you're joining me today, say, hey, what's up, Erin? Let me know that you're here. I always want to know who is here with me when I come on live every single Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, for this time that we share business strategy, mindset. We talk about all the goodness that comes with our industry. And I absolutely adore being here. Now, if you know someone who needs to hear this message, feel free to share the love. You can tag them, you can share it out there, you can sprinkle it on out to the world because I want to really dive into what it is, what the lessons are that I've learned, and how that it can apply to you. Now, if you are coming on the replay, I want to know that as well. So even if you come in on the replay, just drop in the comments a hashtag replay and let us know. And then the other thing that I have to tell y'all is that we love to learn out loud here. We love to learn out loud. So if there's a moment that you have a little nugget and you're like, aha moment, or something resonates with you, I would love for you to share it in the chat. Um, when we type things, when we write things, it actually anchors those ideas in and helps us. So that's why we love to learn out loud here and add it in the chat and the comments. So if you'd like a copy of today's show notes, and I'm going to be off giving you guys something a little extra this week. If you'd like those, drop a show notes in the comments below, and we will make sure that we will get those over to you as soon as they are ready. So let's go ahead and dive in today about what it is that I have learned over the past 5 years helping over 100 studio owners and dance educators actually create, launch, or grow their own mobile programs. And the first thing I want to do is explain to you maybe what a mobile program is. You might not necessarily know that, or that term might not resonate with you. And so what I mean by that is when you decide that you want to offer classes, but you don't necessarily want to do them inside a studio space, right? So maybe you go to daycares, maybe you go to preschools, maybe you go to after school programs. I have one client who actually a couple, more than one, who absolutely love to go into whether they're aging community centers, whether they are uh, active retirement communities, right? And offer the program there. This is a business model. This program, the business model for this works in lots of different fashions. Um, and there's lots of different ways that you can apply the foundations of this to allow you to really serve your community in a greater way. So, if you're thinking about taking your classes on the road, this is what I call a mobile program because we're mobile. We're not tethered to one specific building. Okay. So a lot of my clients actually have a good mix. I have some clients who come to me and they just are looking to do the mobile program. That's where they want to be. I have others who already have their brick and mortar studio space and they want to add this as another program that they offer, another layer. And so, no matter what you want to do, this program can fit into that, which actually brings me to like one of the first things that I learned or that really anchored in with me is that people ask me, Erin, why don't you just franchise? Right. So if y'all don't know, I, like so many of you, had grown up in the dance studio And right, I was there quite a bit, sitting in there doing my homework in between classes. Y'all know the drill. We all know it, right? Um, and I even remember back then thinking like, man, my mom and these poor moms, like they drop me off, they take the siblings, they go here, they go there, they're running around like a taxi cab, they come back, and then they all wait for me. Right? And so I remember thinking about that then and thinking about how grateful I was. But I actually started when I first launched my own business, it was a mobile program, right? And because for me and my husband, we were having the conversation about, we had just found out that we were pregnant with our first daughter. And for us, we really wanted to be around the dinner table with each other as our children grew up as long as possible. We know as they have gotten older and older and older, it makes it it gets more challenging. Let's be honest. It gets more challenging to have dinner together around the table every single night. So we knew we wanted that. And that's why we decided to start with the mobile program. That allowed us to be at home at night and on the weekends to spend that time with our kiddos. Um, so mobile program is absolutely amazing because it can help you if that's something that you're looking for. It is a very lucrative revenue stream if you want it to be. And this is what I've learned, that each person that I work with, each client, each studio owner, each dance educator, you're unique. You're special. And people have asked me, Erin, why didn't you just franchise? And this is the exact reason why. Because the truth of the matter is that you're unique. And I don't want you to be the McDonald's of dance, right? And now I think there's something to be said about continuity of education at multiple locations. But here's the thing, I can give you the business frameworks and the model and some suggestions when it comes to curriculum. But I think the beautiful thing is that when you add your own special gifts and your own sparkle to it, that's when the magic happens, right? And your business will flourish because my particular, right? We're not going to be the McDonald's of dance, y'all. Okay. So for me personally, franchising, it just didn't align with what I felt in my heart. What I felt called to in my heart was that I wanted to support studio owners or dance educators who wanted to do this, but didn't necessarily feel like they had all of the skill sets in their toolbox to do the marketing, to understand how this business model works, to really help guide them hand in hand in that process. Because what I know is this: if you've been around me long enough, then you're probably a pretty amazing educator already. Now, amazing educators know that they should always be learning, right? If we're not growing and learning, we're dying. But if you've been around me long enough, you know that, hey, I'm probably pretty good, or I have solid foundation. I always want to learn and grow and continue to create. But most of my clients don't come to me for that. And so for me, I the franchise model it didn't set with me as far as that goes. Um, and so yes, love it. I have to show this. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yes, we get to continue to create and and you are unique in your own right. Everyone is beautiful and special. And I think that's what makes things so great for us, is that this is something that I've learned and I've watched, and like it is so beautiful to see my clients across the board and see all of their beautiful uniqueness that they bring to the table and how this framework, this business model can still work for them, right? But it feels authentic to them. This is not about you regurgitating exactly what Erin does. Like, you're not bringing your special gifts to the world if you only replicate what I'm doing. So for me, that was a huge takeaway, is that this is why I chose the coaching model versus a franchise model, or a leadership role or a mentoring, however you want to look at it. Because I really felt called that we all have our unique sparkle to give, right? And this world needs a little more sparkle. It's what makes us a beautiful place. And so that was kind of one of a key takeaway for me, and why I decided to go one route or another. Another thing that I have learned is that not only with this, but with everything, mindset is absolutely key. And anything that is worth it is going to take work, right? And y'all, let me know in the comments. I want to know, we help our students with this, and think about, let me know in the comments. Have you ever, or did you ever, um, you know, try to go the professional route, and maybe you're auditioning to get 100 million no's, right? And it's deflating, right? And our mindset in all of that is key. Our mindset to achieve something is absolutely key. And while, you guys, everyone struggles, me included. I am not immune to that. I struggle with some of those things that all come up for us, right? Who am I? When I decided to write the Passion and Profit Project, when I decided to write a book, I'm no writer. And I was telling myself, who am I to try to write a book? But I wanted it more than I was afraid of it. I knew that the message that I wanted to share with the world, with our industry, is that you can have money and you can have passion. It's not one or the other. It's not, well, I have passion and I'm an artist, so I can't make any money. No, you can have both. And that is why when I wrote the Passion and Profit Project, it was centered so much around mindset, because it is absolutely key to us being consistent, to show up, and to do the hard things, which is where the magic happens. Mindset is key, and everybody struggles at some time. And I think that gets lost sometimes with technology and the day, where we're at in the world, in that sometimes it looks like people are just always living their best lives and everything's roses and petunias and rainbows and butterflies. And the truth of the matter is that while I personally do like to focus on the good, the truth of the matter is there are always hard times as well. So mindset is absolutely key. It's absolutely key. And it really sets the stage for how you are going to show up and how you are going to achieve the goals that you have desired. Okay. Now, I have a couple more that I want to share with you guys, but before I do that, I wanted to let you guys know, because there have been so many questions, y'all, lately about mobile programs. And here's why. A couple things. Oh, can I get a clap? I mean, I need some like hearts, some hand claps, some loves. I need some cheers. But y'all, it's been 2 years, and it looks like We're finally moving into some normalcy. I know the mask mandates for us here in the US are being dropped everywhere. And which means that preschools and daycares and these centers are starting to really look at how are they going to add additional value to their centers. And we're going to be seeing so many more yeses because parents are absolutely ready. And I'm going to give you an example of that. But since there's been so many questions out in the different Facebook groups, and I've had people private messaging me, I decided that I wanted to do a little free training this month, and it is the keys to creating a successful mobile program. And y'all, I want to invite you to this because if you have been thinking about starting a mobile program, or maybe you've started, you guys, I've worked with clients who have had their own programs for 7, 10, 12, 15 years, but then they come to me so we can work and we can make them more profitable. We can maybe tweak some things and shift some things so they can have more time freedom, more financial freedom, right? So if you have been thinking about starting or growing your own successful mobile program, then I want to invite you to a free training that I am hosting, and it's starting this weekend. Now, I want to tell you real quick, it's the keys to creating a successful mobile program. Why I'm having a tongue twister on that one, I don't know, y'all. So if you are interested in joining us for this free training, just type the word mobile below, and we will make sure to get you added to the free training. Now, I'm going to break down for you how this training is going to go down because it is super laid back, right? If I'm being totally honest, this weekend is my hubby's birthday and we are going to be out celebrating and having a good time. So I thought, how can I do this? How can I do this? That's going to be super relaxed, laid back, easy, but get you guys the information that you need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a private Facebook Messenger group. And I am going to be dropping these tiny bite-sized videos inside the group every single day, starting Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all throughout the weekend. I'm going to drop these tiny little nuggets for you on the keys to creating a successful mobile program. So then on Tuesday, I am going to offer a live Q&A Zoom where I'm going to answer all of your questions, all those burning questions that you have. And because y'all know me and I believe in celebrating in the wins, it's one of the things that I know propels momentum, and we do every single week with my clients inside my mobile dance mastermind and with my private coaching clients. But it is something that we do every single week. And because I love to celebrate, I have some fantastic prizes set up that are going to help you with your mobile program. So you want to be there for the live Q&A on Tuesday. You want to drop your questions to get answered into that giveaway. But it all starts with showing up inside Facebook Messenger, y'all, and like just getting the goodness there. So yes, oh my goodness. Yes, it is absolutely free. I want you guys to be able to start to wrap your brain around what does this look like? Okay. So if that's something you're interested in, absolutely drop the word mobile below, and me and my team will make sure that you get added to that private Facebook Messenger group, because you guys, the nuggets that we're going to drop over the weekend are going to blow your mind. We're going to be talking about the marketing, which is what so many people tell me they are worried about. We are going to be talking about pricing. We're going to be talking about how do you get your foot in the door? We're going to be talking about mindset a little bit, y'all, because it is so, so, so important. I know it's not everybody's favorite topic, but the truth of the matter is you are nothing unless you have a great mindset going into this. And we're going to talk about my special Easy Yes offer. So we're going to be talking about all of that this weekend inside that training. But I know that y'all are busy. I know so many people are at competition over the weekend, and I wanted to deliver this in a way where you could get these small bursts of information that didn't feel like you were carving all this time out of your schedule for this huge training when we're all so busy right now. And I'm going to be having fun at a theme park all weekend celebrating my husband's birthday. So if you want in on that, drop mobile below and we will make sure to get you added to that group. Okay, which brings me to the next thing. How do we define success? Right? And this is where I know that one of my superpowers is really being able to help my clients know and pull out and declare exactly what they want, what their vision is, what their goals are, without limiting themselves, without playing it safe. But what I also know is that my vision or version of success is going to be very, very different than your vision of success. And what I've learned is it's not my job to tell you what success is. My job is to walk with you hand in hand to help you reach those goals in the quickest manner possible, to get you from A to B as fast as you want to be. But it's not my job to decide for you what success looks like. And so, since we're talking about mobile programs, you know me, I have to ask, if you were to launch a mobile program, what would success look like to you? Is it a certain amount of students? Is it a certain amount of time freedom? Let me know in the comments below. I want to know. This helps me, y'all. Help me help you. But is it 100 students? If I were to add 100 students, my life would look completely different because I would have the financial freedom to go on vacation with my family, right? Maybe it's if I launched a mobile program and I just added, 30 students, it would be a great feeder into my brick and mortar studio. What does success look like for you? Because what I've learned is that success, it looks different for each and every person. And I absolutely love that. You know, as I've grown the last 5 years, as I've been working with my clients, I've come to realize that there's a big why for everyone and the reason that we do what we do. And so I help my clients identify that big why. And then we make sure those goals are in alignment with that big why, right? And so what I learned is that everyone's vision of success is different. And that's a beautiful thing. And it allows us to throw comparisonitis, is that a word? Comparisonitis, out the window. It allows us to not worry about keeping up with the Joneses. It allows us to not worry about what the person down the street is doing. When we lay out our own unique vision of success, all of that can just go away and we can focus on that sparkle that we talked about earlier, right? What magic are you going to bring into these centers' lives, right? And how are you going to make a bigger impact in your community by doing so? Okay, so let me know in the comments. Even if you comment on the replay, I want to know, what is your own vision of success when it comes to your studio business? Now, it could be your studio side, your brick and mortar. It could be a mobile side. It could be, Erin, I'm looking for more time freedom. I feel like I'm doing all the things and I'm working a million hours and it's not, it's just not where it's at for me right now. I'm overwhelmed. I'm getting burnt out, right? Does success look like You've dialed back your schedule, your teaching schedule, and you're in more of a leadership role and you bring on more staff. Does your vision of success include you going on vacation 3 times a year and nothing falls apart while you're gone? What is it? What is your vision of success, y'all? Because each one is unique, and that makes my heart sing. And when I look back over the course of the last 5 years and I follow what my clients have done and seen the results that they've gotten, even with that thing that shall not be named, right? It makes my heart so happy. And what I can tell you too right now is that parents are ready. I had one center who said, let's give it a go. Let's do, a spring session. And it's not a very big studio or center, y'all. I mean, like, it's an average size center. And we had almost 40 students sign up at that one center. That tells me that parents are ready. That tells me that centers are ready. And so what I've learned is that now is the time. And so if you are thinking about launching this mobile program, if it's something that you've thought about, if you kind of kicked the idea around, then you need to join us this weekend for that free training, the keys to creating a successful mobile studio. And I say successful because it's what your vision of success is. And successful means that you actually got it going. You went from having this idea to actually turning it into fruition, which is a beautiful thing. So if you want to join us for that, let us know in the comments, drop a mobile below, and we will absolutely get you added tomorrow to that private Facebook Messenger group where we will start dropping all the goodness starting on Friday. Okay, so quick recap. All right. So today we dove into this whole topic of what I learned helping over 100 dance educators, studio owners over the last 5 years create, launch, and grow their own mobile programs. And what it is that I've learned is that each and every client I come across, each and every studio owner, each and every dance educator that I come across is unique and special. And that sparkle needs to shine inside their mobile program. This is not about being, dare I say, the McDonald's of dance, right? This is you bringing your own special, unique, creative genius to the table, right? The second thing that I learned is mindset is everything. It is absolutely paramount for you to have your mindset right when you decide to go into this, because it is going to be work. It's going to be hard, but you've got this. The third thing is that here's the deal. Everyone struggles. There's highs and lows, but you get to decide to continue to take action and to move forward. And the last thing I learned is that this program can absolutely be the one thing that changes the complete trajectory of your life. It could absolutely be the game changer that you've been looking for. And so I want to invite you to our free training that we're hosting this weekend, the keys to creating a successful mobile program. It's absolutely free. And if you want to join us, just drop a mobile below and we will get you all the details. I promise you that. So I wanted to say, I absolutely love our time that we get to spend here together every Wednesday on the Aaron Bird Live Show, where we talk about business strategies, we talk about mindset, we talk about all things related to our industry. And I hope that I will see some of you this weekend inside that Facebook Messenger group where we can create some magic inside this free training. But if not, I hope that I will see you next Wednesday, same time, same station, for more business tips, more strategy, and a whole lot more joy. So I'm going to leave you there. Have a fantastic time, my friends, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye, guys.